I get extremely nervous doing things like this. So I'll do my best not to waffle. I've sat down in the audience on quite a number of occasions on various things. I'm sure you've all been to things similar to this before for meetings and courses. I used to sit there and think, you know, wonder what it's really like to stand up here and talk to people and be successful. I always wanted to, you know, it's always somebody else. It's never, you know, it's never me. And doing this is fantastic, and it's just been on this course, the TMA, that's allowed me to do this. I've been on other courses before. I've spent a lot of money. If anybody's thinking that the money side of this might be an issue, I've spent an awful lot of money on different courses because I think that it's important. I think if you want to learn things, yeah, the internet's fantastic, but you know, if you really want to get somewhere and get quickly and get the right information from the right people, sometimes, you know, if you want to go to university now, you've got to take out a loan and pay for your education, and that's what I did. For an example, I spent £16,000 on one course with a company called Russ Whitney. Some of you may have heard of them, some of you may not. And I came last year in June, and we were actually in here, I think. And I said to Deep, I said, I wish I'd come across you before I'd spent that money. He said, well, no, don't think of it like that. And I don't now, because everything's important that you do. So my property life really started quite a way back. I was running my jewellery business in Birmingham, and in 1992 we've been very successful. We were turning over about £250,000 and making some good money. Got about 25 staff and leased premises. I've just moved in recently to a beautiful cottage just outside Stafford, and things weren't going too well in the economy. If anybody can remember back to 1990, 1991, interest rates hit about 15.5%. My mortgage had gone to about £2,500 a month. And my great friend Gerald Ratner made this announcement to an audience that he was selling total crap. Now, 90% of my business went to Gerald Ratner, and my business disappeared overnight. And in 1992, I had to go bankrupt. So lost the house, lost everything, except for, by some twist of fate, I'd actually bought a second property that I was renting out, and the tenants had moved out, and I actually bought it in my wife's name. Just pure, not planning wise, it's just the way it happened. And we were able to move into that house, so I didn't lose everything. But for me, one thing that I want to try and give everybody here, if it's any encouragement, is that I just never give up. Never. You know, whatever happens to me, it's a challenge, you know. So that to me was just a challenge. And I spent a few years working with a very good friend of mine. He gave me a job in the jewellery industry again. And I was driving down to Stoke, from Stoke to Birmingham, six days a week. I was getting up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was getting home about 8:30 at night. And I did that for a couple of years. And then I was driving through where I live now in Stone, in Staffordshire. I was driving down the street there one day, and I saw this property. And it just jumped out at me. Big old property, Georgian place, right on the main road. And it was all boarded up, derelict. And something just said to me, that's the place for me. You know, just a word in my ear. It was really very, very strange. Something said to buy it. I hadn't got any money at the time. I'd been working for this guy and just earning a wage, basically. And I went to view it. It was actually for sale for £80,000. This is in 1997. It was for sale for £80,000, totally derelict, nice big building. I actually negotiated the price down to 35,000. And I hadn't got a clue what I was doing. You know, I'd never been on anything like this. I just did it. I hadn't got 35 grand. So I phoned my mate up. I said, "Can you lend me £35,000? What for?" And I sent him the pictures and everything, and then he came down to look at it. And I hadn't got a bank account because I was bankrupt. So I said to him, "Well, will you guarantee me so I can open a bank account?" "Yeah, okay." So he lent me 35 grand, got me a bank account opened. I did development finance with the bank. You know, what was development finance? I don't know. Did development finance, totally refurbed it. I think it cost me around about £80,000 to refurb it. And then at the end of the process, which took about 3 months, I had it valued to 150,000. Gave him 40 grand, so he made £5,000 out of it. I'm still in that house now. I actually work from there. The reason I bought it is because it's got a beautiful big cellar. So all our jewellery manufacturing equipment is in the cellar. And that place, we were talking, Hannah was talking a bit earlier about, you know, good decisions. That place has been the best decision. It's the best thing I've ever done because it's gone up in value, obviously, since 1997. I had it valued last September at 450,000. But at that point, I'd always wanted to get into property. I knew that there was something about property that I just had an affinity for, if you like. And at that point, it stopped me in my tracks and made me think about what I was doing, where I was going. And it was then I thought, this is my time to get out of this jewellery business and get into property. And I started doing some research on the internet, reading books. I went on to a course, heard about Russ Whitney, went on to that. I put, like I say, quite a lot of money into that. And in December 2007, I bought my first investment property, which was in Buffalo in New York. But this is the thing, you know. I'm quite keen to sort of take a bit of a risk now and again. The thing was this property, and this is very serious. If anyone's looking for good investment properties, you don't have to look into the UK sometimes, and don't be scared about, you know, you don't have to stay in your own backyard sometimes. This property cost me £7,000, £7,000. A two-family home in Buffalo, and it cost me in total, because I had to do some refurb, it cost me £22,000. I've got two families who live in it, and it cash flows at £500 a month for 22,000 quid. You know, and it's all managed. That's including the agency fees. I've never been to it. I'm probably never going to go to it. But all I've done is I thought, well, to me that was a sound investment. That was the first one I bought, and I bought another 3 in the beginning of 2008 before I came on the TMA. And they were, although those properties are the other 3 that I bought, I didn't put any money into them at all. In fact, I had money out. Yes, it was easier then because there was the 85% loans available, Mortgage Express back-to-backs. But the reason I was able to buy them was because I'd been out and learned how to do it, and just put that into practice. And the thing that I said yesterday, you know, it's very well coming on courses, but if you don't actually do something and take action on what you learn, nothing's going to happen. You know, that's one thing. It's like coming up and getting that £50 note. You know, unless you get up off your backside and go and do it, nothing's going to happen. So when I joined the TMA last year, I did it because I wanted my son, who's my eldest son, 27 years old. I wanted him to benefit from what I knew was going to be a life-changing experience for him.